Welcome to Check It Out. I'm Kim.
And I'm Moses. This month will be closed Friday, July 4th. We hope you enjoy some books and barbecue.
This month for adult programs, we have our community knitting group that meets every Thursday at 3:30 p.m. All skill levels in yarn crafts are welcome. Looking for one-on-one tech support? Call or email the library to book an appointment with me, our tech librarian. Level Up at your Library 2025's summer reading program has just begun. Play is one of the ways we learn to relate to others, to think in new ways, and to foster friendships, new and old. Come level up at Pease this summer. The summer reading program is open to people of all ages. So if you have been jealous that the kids get all the fun with summer reading, well, not anymore. This year, Limson Library and Learning Commons and Pease are teaming up for adult summer reading. Level up your library game with our bingo card, complete squares to get raffle tickets for prizes. Summer reading events for adults in July. Join Pease Public Library and Lamson Library and Learning Commons for Cookbook Club on Wednesday, July 9th at 10:45 a.m. Participants will make a dish from the Magnolia Table by Joanna Gaines cookbook and bring it to the meeting for all to enjoy. You can pick up a copy of the cookbook at the circulation desk, and we will be meeting here in our community room at Pease Public Library. The week of July 21st through the 25th, join us at the library to beat Bowser and rescue Mario and Co. in our homemade escape room. Every group has to reserve a time slot where you'll have 30 minutes to beat the game and make our wall of fame. To register, please call the library or come in. Moses, why don't you share what's happening at the library this month for youth services and events?
Absolutely. Like Kim just mentioned, summer reading program for 2025 has begun. This month, we will continue our Wednesday story time at 10:15. Thursday story time is at 11 and is preceded by an hour of sensory play from 10 to 11. Kids of all ages can come read to Jack, a registered therapy dog, on Wednesday, July 9th and 23rd from 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. Reading to Jack is a great way for struggling and reluctant readers to build confidence and for shy kids to talk in a non-judgmental space. Tweens in grades 5th through 8th can join us in the community room at 4 p.m. on Friday, July 25th for our meeting of Cartooning Club. Bring your own materials or use what we provide. Snacks will be provided. Tuesday, July 22nd, tweens and teens can join me for bread and tacos in the YA section of the library. Bread will be meeting from 5 to 5:30 p.m. and tacos from 5:30 to 6. Brick Builders, also known as Lego Club, is a great place for Lego enthusiasts. Builders of all ages can join us on Thursday, July 24th from 3:30 to 5 in the children's room for a themed Lego challenge. Duplo and Mega Blocks are available for our youngest builders. We have some exciting events coming up in July. On Friday, July 25th, join us in the community room for our teddy bear picnic at 11 a.m. Then, feel free to leave your stuffies at the library so they can have a sleepover together. Pickup is that Saturday, July 26th from 10 to 2. Then, join us on Tuesday, July 29th at 1 p.m. for a musical puppet show with Tom Knight.
So exciting.
Family movie night will be Friday, July 18th at 5 p.m. We'll be showing Wreck-It Ralph. On Monday, July 7th, we have our fandom fight at 5 o'clock in the community room. Join us for a night of friendly debate between fandoms. This is for ages 10 to 17. We have Teen Tie-Dye on Tuesday, July 17th from 10 to 2. Please register on the website for this event. Bring your own shirt or use one that we provide. This is for ages 14 and up. And finally, as Kim mentioned, we have our Mario-themed escape room for ages 14 and up, which runs from Monday the 21st to Friday the 25th. Every group has to reserve a time slot where you'll have 30 minutes to beat the game and make our wall of fame.
Whew, a lot going on.
Oh yeah.
We always have new books coming into the library. Here are some highlights of ones that have recently come in or are being published this month. For adult fiction, check out these next titles. Mention Beach by Meg Mitchell Moore. It's the beginning of the summer and Nicola Carr has just arrived on Block Island, Rhode Island. Eager for a fresh start in some R&R, but her plans for a tranquil summer are derailed as the extravagant parties from the grand home next door pique her curiosity. She soon discovers the home belongs to Juliana George, an enigmatic entrepreneur with a past shrouded in mystery. A sophisticated escapist novel filled with light humor and surprising observations, Mansion Beach explores the depth of human relationships, our cruelly classist society, and the price of secrets that refuse to stay buried. The Library of Lost Dollhouses by Elise Hooper. When a young librarian discovers historic dollhouses in a hidden room, she embarks on an unexpected journey that reveals surprising secrets about the lost miniatures. Spanning the course of a century, The Library of Lost Dollhouses is a warm, bright, and captivating story of secrets and love that embraces the importance of illuminating overlooked women of the past. The Foxwife by Yangzi Chu. Snow is a creature of many secrets, but most of all, she's a mother seeking vengeance for her lost child. Hunting a murderer, she will follow the trail from northern China to Japan, while Bao follows doggedly behind. Navigating the myths and misconceptions of fox spirits, both Snow and Bao will encounter old friends and new foes, even as more deaths occur. New York Times best-selling author Yangzi Chu brilliantly explores a world of mortals and spirits, humans and beasts, and their dazzling intersection. Epic in scope and full of singular, unforgettable characters, The Foxwife is a stunning novel about old loves and second chances, the depths of maternal love, and ancient folktales that may very well be true. Wow. I'm very excited about this book. Among the exciting new titles coming in, you'll find the following in the mix for adult nonfiction. What to Do When You Get Dumped, an adult graphic novel by Susie Hopkins and Hallie Bateman. From the beloved mother-daughter team who brought us What to Do When I'm Gone, a poignant, funny, heartfelt, and gorgeously illustrated guide to navigating the pain and complexity of getting dumped. Lighthearted, impactful, and deeply consoling, What to Do When You Get Dumped provides the wisdom to emerge from a breakup smarter, stronger, and with the unshakable knowledge that you are worthy of lasting love. Staying Alive by Janet Melrose and Cheryl Normandu. How to choose the right plants for your space, from aloe to ZZ. How to train vines, how to create and care for a terrarium, when to repot your plants, distilled water, too much water, not enough water, perfecting your potting soil, dividing, repotting, and growing plants from seed, how to tackle problems like flies, fungus, spots, and even general malaise. Opening with a chapter on setting up a house plant-friendly home, the pair talk containers, lighting, watering, soil, and nutrients, propagation, pests, and other problems, and offer a final grab bag of tips to help you tackle trickier plant pals in your midst, calling all orchids. Raising Hare by Chloe Dalton. Imagine you could hold a baby hare and bottle feed it. That would be really cute. Imagine that it lived under your roof and lolloped around your bedroom all night, drumming on the duvet cover when it wanted your attention. Imagine that. Over 2 years later, it still ran in from the fields when you called it and slept in your house for hours on end and gave birth to leverets in your study. For political advisor and speechwriter Chloe Dalton, who spent lockdown deep in the English countryside, far away from her usual busy London life, this became her unexpected reality. Raising Hare chronicles their journey together, while also taking a deep dive into the lives and nature of hares and the way they have been viewed historically in art, literature, and folklore. We witness firsthand the joy at the extraordinary relationship between human and animal, which serves as a reminder that the best things and most beautiful experiences arise when we least expect them.
Wow.
Right?
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
We have some new titles in the YA section this month. Here are the YA books to look out for. First, we have Dan in Green Gables by Ray Terciero. This modern retelling of Lucy Maud Montgomery's classic follows 15-year-old Daniel Stewart Alvarez. In the spring of 1995, Dan is eager to meet his deceased father's parents, but when he wakes up to a goodbye note from his mom, he's devastated to have been abandoned. Kind, patient Mama comforts him, sparks his interest in the farm, and shares his love for Dolly Parton. Rough, conservative Papa is a harder nut to crack, bristling at Dan's unusual clothing and gregarious personality. Despite facing homophobic comments at his new school and getting into a fight, Dan makes some fast friends, including Rudy, a black girl whose liberal church community welcomes him. Dan also develops an unexpected crush on a boy who might just like him back. This fresh take on a classic tale is sure to satisfy fans of the original while introducing the story to a new generation. Next, we have the graphic novel Everyone Sucks But You by Kay Roten. Carson, a member of the class of 2009 in conservative Midwestern America, finds herself falling in love with her best friend, Ash, during their senior year. Their relationship begins to shift into something more than friendship, but they're also navigating feelings for other people, exploring different plans for the future, and grieving the loss of Carson's mom. This graphic novel, illustrated in a minimal palette, is narrated through Carson's diary entries written to her mom towards the end of the school year as she looks back at the rise and fall of her life-altering and ultimately toxic relationship with Ash. Interspersed flashbacks stretching further back in time slowly reveal exactly what happened to Carson's mom, which gives deeper insight into Carson's emotional state. A complex and emotionally raw story of young love and learning to prioritize oneself.
That sounds really interesting. I like the way that it's a journal.
Right?
Almost.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Especially a graphic novel journal.
Yes,
You don't see that very often.
No.
Finally, we have Sea Change by Susan Fletcher. On Spoonbill Island, Texas, which is flooding due to climate change, 15-year-old Turtle lives with her pod of Mer on the ship Mermaid. Mer children were an experiment in genetic modification. The aim was to give them more lung capacity, but instead they were born with gills as well as lungs. Shunned by normals, the 97 Mer children were taken by the government and brought up together on the Mermaid. When the chance arises to have an operation to remove their gills, Turtle takes it, in part because she's in love with a normal boy, Kai, whom she saved from drowning while they were scavenging items from houses that are now underwater. She also dreams of being with her family, and maybe even traveling the world someday. Meanwhile, dangerous anti-Mer agitation is on the rise. Turtle, who knows both worlds, could help. Focus on tribalism, othering, and the moral ambiguities of genetic modification, this disturbing, even-handed, and skillfully executed story presents a grim view of human carelessness when it comes to both the environment and biology.
These sound amazing.
I know. I'm gonna have to. You gotta check these out quick because I'm gonna check them out if you don't.
Ditto.
For children's books, look out for the following titles. You Can Sit With Me is a picture book that follows a family in a suburban neighborhood. Smoothly rhyming text narrated by the neighbor describes a variety of disheartening experiences, nearly missing the bus, having nowhere to sit at lunch, and struggling academically. But the narrator is there to help. When the group is leaving you out, you may just want to shout, "You can sit with me." The youngster exhibits caring behaviors that go well beyond saving a seat, from sharing an umbrella on a rainy day to inviting the newcomer to a study session, activities shown to make the classroom a more welcoming place for all. Kamshalina's artwork builds on Kenyon's verse as the new kid slowly grows in confidence. It all culminates with the newcomer, a dinosaur lover, and the narrator throwing a dino-themed party attended by all their classmates. Yellow Singing Sail is a graphic novel memoir for middle schoolers about Yinfan, a girl surrounded by family and nature and encouraged to explore, experiment, create art, and stand out. Once she enters primary school, however, she must tamp down her self-expression when she struggles with her schoolwork. Just as she's starting to adapt, her parents find new jobs in Guangzhou, leaving her in the care of her grandparents. She eventually rejoins her parents. They initially share an apartment with relatives who criticize everything from the way Yinfan brushes her teeth to how her mother washes the dishes. Later, they move to a 9th-floor walk-up, where she experiences a home invasion and meets, then loses, her first friend. Though marked by loneliness and uncertainty, these years in Guangzhou are also full of small rebellions, as when Yinfan passes notes in class and wears braids, which violate the strict dress code. Finally, Be Bold, Bob is a book for any youngster that needs a boost in their confidence. As the other forest animals rehearse for the big show, Bob withdraws. He wishes he could join them, but whenever he tries to sing, his ears become warm, his trunk gets tangled up, and all that comes out is a little squeak. In private, though, he's an enthusiastic singer, and when a friendly pangolin named Paloma overhears him, she's impressed and offers him sound advice. Nobody minds if you get it wrong. She even grabs her ukulele and rehearses with him. As Bob's confidence grows, he starts believing in himself and prepares to share his song at the big show. He's still racked by worries, but determined to be brave. After all, Paloma will be by his side. Unfortunately, her ukulele strings snap just before the two are scheduled to go on. Bob flees the stage and hides, but when he hears Paloma crying, "I let Bob down," he returns, takes a deep breath, and raises his big, bold, and beautiful voice in song.
Oh, I just cataloged that one, and actually I read it. It was really, really good. As always, if you would like to be put on hold for any of these titles, stop by the circulation desk or give us a call, and a library staff member would be happy to assist you.
For the most up-to-date information about things going on at the library, please visit our website at peaspubliclibrary.org or our social media pages.
That's what's happening this month at Peas.
Catch us next month on
Check It Out.